Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dr. Josh.
And Dr. Kristina.
And welcome to Crossroads Chiropractic Facebook Live. And today we are actually starting off earlier than we normally do. We usually do this in the afternoon. At 6. But we decided to start doing the afternoon to catch more people while they're at lunch. And I'm going rock climbing tonight. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's really why we changed the time.
I want to be at the gym.
So you
rock
can
climbing. But what we thought we would do today was we continue on with the discussion that we've had in previous videos about the most common questions that people have when they come see a chiropractor. So today we are going to address probably the number one question we get for the most part, or the most consistent question we get for the most part, right? Is what the heck is that cracking noise? Like when I get adjusted or when I see this chiropractor, he moves these things and I hear this real cracking, snapping noise. So we wanted to address that and talk about that right now. So what is that cracking noise, Dr. Kristina?
That cracking noise is a release of gas from the joint.
Absolutely.
Basically. Because you have fluid in your joint, and in that fluid you have dissolved air, basically oxygen and things like that, other gases. And so when the joint is moved, then the gas is released and you hear that cracking noise. Pretty simple.
I use the analogy of, when patients ask me, I usually use the analogy of a can of pop, right?
Yeah.
You have this can of pop that's contained, the volume is consistent, and then when you open it up, the volume changes, and this gas that's trying to release or trying to escape the can escapes, and you get that popping noise, right?
Yeah.
So it's basically physiologically the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's a lot of physiology. Well, I was gonna say physics experts or engineers who are probably like cringing and saying it's a lot more complicated than that.
Well,
but there is more to it.
Probably right.
Yeah.
I mean, we've studied it in depth, so we kind of know all the ins and outs of it. But I mean, it's just the easiest way to kind of explain it to someone, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, there's a couple points when we talk about those noises, because certain techniques that in chiropractic, some of them you get a lot of noises, some chiropractics you don't get any noise, right? Mm-hmm. When it comes to the sound doesn't determine the quality of your adjustment. So if you get a really loud cavitation versus a very quiet one where you don't even feel it, it doesn't mean you got a good adjustment or a bad adjustment. No. Yeah. So there are a couple of reasons why they can be different. Yeah.
Well, just simply that, you're getting healthier and your joints are moving.
You get
a lot better.
Absolutely.
Right?
Your joints they're less stiff.
Yeah, less stiff, so less noises. And then also just the physiology of the joint.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could just be that it doesn't need to
cavitate that time. Yeah,
exactly.
So,
does it mean that we're not moving anything? Does it mean it's not synonymous with getting an adjustment? You don't have to have the cracking noise like Dr. Josh said. Yeah. You don't. So yeah, and people get addicted to that.
They are getting addicted. Now there is a third reason, and I forgot about the third reason. The third reason is you just don't even hear it, right?
Exactly.
The technique that Dr. Kristina and I primarily use is called the Thompson technique, where the table drops. That takes a lot. That takes the force of the adjustment. But because the table's making a banging noise, it covers the sound that any joints make. So people don't think they're getting it, but we feel it and we hear it as chiropractors. So
yeah. Because if our hands are right there, we usually feel things move. Yeah. And we sometimes feel the release as well.
Feel the release, which is pretty neat. Now, that being said, we don't want anybody to go out there and start cavitating and making their joints crack and pop and all that kind of stuff. So we do not recommend that. And there's a couple of reasons. Number one, as chiropractors, we are highly trained to detect and correct subluxations, right? So when we adjust the spine, we're adjusting specific areas and we're letting the areas that don't need to go. So what happens is some areas get too loose. Those are the ones we don't want to touch. We want to adjust only the areas that actually need to be adjusted, the ones that are subluxated, the ones that are stiff.
Usually what happens is when people crack their own backs or crack their own necks, you're cracking actually the loose areas that are already moving.
Yep.
And actually then over time they start to degenerate more because you're constantly cracking them and moving them. So we always recommend when people say, I cracked my back this way and that way, is that good? Please don't do that.
Don't do it. Now, one of the cool things is once the patients start getting into care, as the spine starts moving better, that cracking or the desire to self-manipulate yourself goes away, so you don't feel like you needed to adjust yourself or to crack yourself, right? Because things are start moving, your spine's getting healthy, which is a really cool thing. So it can be reversed, which is awesome. So
yes.
Yeah,
I think
that's
yeah.
pretty much it. So yeah, it's a pretty in-depth discussion on palpitations.
Lots of points to cover.
I hope you guys aren't asleep out there and you made it through the back of the end of the video, right?
Exactly.
It's like hope you stick around like one of the Marvel movies. You know, you have to wait to the end to those little Easter eggs, those things, the trailers at the end
to
of
see the little bit at the end to see what's coming next.
So hopefully you're like making it to the end. So if you are, awesome. Yeah. If you like this video, please share it with your friends, your family members. And if you have any questions, ask us questions. Always constantly ask questions. We're going to go through the next few weeks. We're going to continue answering the questions that we kind of accumulated over time this last little while. Yeah. And we want to hear from you. So let us know what you think.
Let us know.
Visit us on our website, www.crosschiro.ca. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram.
We have Twitter too, but we don't.
And we have Twitter, but we really don't use it. Yeah, we'll get into that soon.
But also, if you have any questions about just general health and wellness too,
absolutely,
we can help.
Not just chiropractic, we can. And if we don't have the information, we will steer you where to go.
Or we'll get you to where you need to go.
We'll get you where you need to go.
Exactly.
Awesome. So if you're seeing a chiropractor, keep seeing your chiropractor. Get adjusted. If you're not, we'd love to see you. Just give us a call, and we'll get you in for a checkup.
Awesome.
All right. I'm Dr. Josh.
And Kristina.
We'll see you later. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.